Hey Castlevania fans, this is Eric Hart, one of Fran's minions on the video team. Usually I'm behind the camera, but today Chris is pretty sick, so I'll be giving you the voiceover for Castlevania Curse of Darkness. We follow the story of Hector, who's trying to get revenge on Isaac for murdering his wife. Like Isaac, Hector had once followed Dracula's teachings roughly 3 years prior, around the same time that Dracula had been killed, if you can believe that. Hector had sworn off his evil ways, vowed never again to fight in the name of the Dark Prince. Because of that, he swore off his abilities as a Forge Master, which is the power to conjure innocent devils. But as you'll find out very quickly in this game, Hector is gonna have to get those abilities back to hunt down Isaac and seek his revenge. Curse of Darkness' storyline and design focus revolves around the use of these innocent devils. Luckily, this aspect of the game works very well. You'll earn your first innocent devil very early in the game, and pick up others roughly every time you finish an area and defeat a boss. Innocent devils come in a variety of types: fairy types, battle types, mage types, each one carrying its own unique set of abilities and powers. Kinda what you'd expect. Battle types, obviously great at fighting, fairy types, based around their healing, mage types have a few magical tricks up their sleeves. You know the drill. Since you can only have one innocent devil active at any point in time, there's a pretty cool strategic element at work here. In any given battle, you need to figure out which sort of innocent devil will help you the most, and juggling your set becomes something of a plus-minus strategy game. Each one is helpful in its own way, and of course each one will have its drawbacks. Battle type IDs, great against land-based foes, not so much against aerial enemies. However, bird types are, but of course bird types can't heal you, so that's when you're going to have to switch over to a fairy. This cool strategic element works its way into the weapon system as well. Rather than finding them, you're able to create a pretty wide assortment of weapons out of various materials you pick up from enemies you kill. Each weapon type and each specific weapon within each type are vastly different. Heavy sword, great against slow foes, but way too slow and impractical to fight against faster creatures. So not only will you be constantly switching up innocent devils between many of the game's battles, you're also going to be switching your weapon sets as well. It's these sort of strategic setups to each battle that keep the game feeling fresh all the way through. You're constantly able to create new weapons, and your innocent devils are constantly earning new powers, so you always have some new toy to play with. While the mix and constant swapping of weapons and innocent devils is great and goes a long way to make the game feel like a pretty original experience, Curse of Darkness' levels and environments are definitely one of its weakest points. The game takes you through a few abandoned castles, a mountainside, an aqueduct, a forest, but each area is about as generic as can be. Repetitious hallways, painted with repetitious textures, make for a very repetitive feel to essentially every area in the game. There are a few small areas that show off what could have been, like the save areas, actually look pretty darn cool. But most of the game is about as drab as could be. The music and story presentation, however, are top-notch. As has been the case with most every other game in the series, the soundtrack brings back fond memories of the good old 8-bit days. And the storyline presentation too is quite good. The animation's great, so is the dialogue. All in all, Castlevania Curse of Darkness, definitely not the most memorable game in the long-standing franchise. But it's a solid one. Fans of the series should probably go ahead and pick this one up. If you're not, give it a rental, let me know what you think. Peace out.
You're my friend, so I'll let you have it. But as your friend, I beg you not to use it. He'll get the job done. He always does. Nothing can stop him. Anything between him and his target goes down. But you can't call him off. There's no do-over. No timeout.
You don't want to kill me, 47. I'm just like you.
Blood can't be unspilled. blood is on your hands.